All right. Let's get this started. All right. Let's get this going. That's a nifty little glitch. Oh, I just noticed my cat ears aren't on there. Sad days. I love how there's always a random flower that you can't get to on the backside there. All right. Gotta grab the gold. Always gotta make sure we're grabbing the gold. Weird freaking stuff. That's weird. For some reason, that's the native of it. I'm just not understanding why. No, no, no. I'm actually playing on my PC right now. I was seeing the same thing from my stream. It looks really weird to me, and I was like, I wonder. But that's what that 3440 by 1440. That's what it comes up to. Since he's level 8, we're actually going to go through and we're going to actually knock out all these guys so we can get some levels. I want to make sure he gets as leveled as we possibly can while we're in here, since this is just basically a whole thing. His team chat is open on his stream, so I don't know if he's like reading it or not. My Devona, one of the skills that I actually gave her is this greater conflagration, which converts all physical damage into fire damage. So not only does my explosion actually do fire damage, but my normal arrows also do fire damage. I thought that was really cool. I was like, man, this actually helps out in the pre-searing. And then I stacked the rest of it all full of the glyphs and stuff, so it increases her damage when she uses the symbolic strike. So if you guys ever like want to pull out a Devon or whatever, it really does help. But it actually, like, if you have a pet or something, it increases their damage to fire damage as well. So we are all like annihilating these guys with fire damage right now. So we're gonna take these guys out. Like I said, we're gonna try to get them levels. Why did it just straight shoot for the dirt? I'll see that. My arrow just went whoop right into the dirt. Alright, I'm a hoarder, so we're gonna get the Grawl, char carving over here. Because this is all money. Money, money, money. Money. Run away. Run away. Don't die. Let's just hit up. He needs levels, but he doesn't need it that much. I have his stream pulled up on mine too, so you can see your conversations in his. No, he seems very quiet. Is it just me? Is he quiet? Alright. Get rid of that hunter because he's the one that's going to do the most devastating power. I got him. Right? You remember those days when you couldn't get the survival title if you ever died, so you couldn't get LDOA because you couldn't death level? if you wanted to ever get that legendary survival title. It was crazy days, man. So, if you were ever going for getting God walking amongst mere mortals, you had to give up one or the other title. And it was actually better to give up the survival title for the LDOA, even though it took a lot longer, like a lot longer. Got you, got you. See, I like my fit, but there's something missing. I had this on earlier. I don't know why it's not showing. Right? So this is what I normally look like. But I don't want that fit. Let's go. Let's go to hotkeys real quick. Let's run this. There we go. Bam. See? And this is my fit. I got my cat ears and everything.
The Apple game.
Nice. What'd you get?
Nothing.
What the hell? Alright, looks like he got it, so we're gonna head out. Righteous. Righteous. I always liked Crush. He's one of my favorites. Spin. Noggin. Dude. Look at him getting silver die. The die. The die. He's leaving the die. Oh well. Alright. This game has some weird clutches. Or like weird freaking walls where you can and can't walk. It's ridiculous. Got my fit on now. Let's close that. Let's close that one. We'll leave open that one on the right. Just in case we get something good. And let's smash out some char. Excuse me. Without those. And my Devona's on attack, so we're just going to clear these guys out. Besides, he needs a level anyways. Love Rangers because they can, like, kind of tank. They have enough stuff to actually be tanky. And they have one of the best heals in pre-searing. Lasts for a while. It boosts really fast. You only need 5 points into Wilderness to get like +6 or something like that. It's awesome. I love it. Coin? Love it. The hell? Okay. Him first because he's going to do the most damage to everybody. Devona can tank most of the fighters because she's going to be at that front line area. So. Fireball. By the way, if you guys are listening, that's my wife in the background. What shit are you talking over there?
My nose itched.
One. Why does it do that? That one's on me. So a lot of times, this is something I noticed. I noticed that when people come in here, they think that this is the first chart group, right? The one that is the most like that's what I'm looking for. It's the same ones that are actually supposed to be at the same level as you. Ah, that's my number lock off. First time we're helping, we're currently watching the stream at the same time. You guys aren't going to hear them because I have my stuff turned down and desktop actually turned off for stream.
What? Oh.
Oh, you know we got to pick it up, see if we get a vigor. Nah. Got a strength stat. 9 and 15. Okay. Okay. Let's see. You don't want to get rid of that one. Definitely don't want to get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one there. Probably should go sell stuff. I actually got lucky enough recently that I got this bow right here, 20% armor penetration. I want to see if I can get that off of this one and put it onto the poisonous never bow.
Like a gin.
I don't have my hookah though.
Doesn't
So not a genie, a gin.
Like a gin.
Wow, so I make it seem like all your wishes are coming true while I suck the life out of you, huh?
I mean, monkey's fist?
That's just rude.
Speckle.
That's funny. My wife just called me a gin. Alright, we gotta attack the hunter first. Hunters always go first. Grundy, what's up, man? The reason why we always want to make sure the hunters go first is because they do the most damage out of all the char. What's up, brother? We're currently going through and actually helping out somebody else get Devona for the first time. I picked up on another streamer. Gotta go for the char carving because I'm a hoarder. As you can see, 122. Yeah. Grundy, did you ever figure out if you were going to be starting a new character?
Nine, apparently.
Yeah, you gotta turn off by the TV. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's wet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so wet. That was uncomfortable.
Uncomfortably wet.
Uncomfortably wet.
So Ellie's actually do have some of the best char hunting capability. I feel like Rangers are your all-around character that will get it done no matter what. They can tank. They can actually. They got a decent heal. Comparatively, they got an extra pet. There's so many things that the Ranger actually has. Elementalists, they have massive damage. Like I can't think of another thing that has more damage than um, most other ones for area of effect ones, if that makes sense. Mesmer has the best single target damage, so like the last boss of the dungeon here, they can do massive damage. Get the gold. But honestly, the reason why I normally choose a ranger for my secondary if I'm the character in free is because the pet. You can't beat having an extra hand that can tank for you. So, whatever you end up choosing, my good sir, I can always help you out. Just let me know. The two that I would stay away from if you're trying to go for the survivor title is I would stay away from the main classes of monk and the main classes of warrior. 'Cause anything like that, and you'll end up having difficulties. Warriors, yeah, they got great armor, but they take massive elemental damage, and in pre-searing, you have to deal with both the hunters and stalkers, which are rangers, and they all have explosive arrow, so you take increased versions of those. When it comes to a support class, the reason why I went with a warrior is because of two reasons. This is actually a really good heal, like a really good heal to keep you alive. And then Frenzy, especially if you have Devona, makes you shoot 33% faster, which I'll have to show you. Next time that I go to a boss. But they're called Rangers. Um, Ranger Monk could be good, but it takes a lot more work to get a Ranger Monk going really well. And you got to remember that the Necromancers and the Mesmers can actually take off your enchantments. So if you have a healing enchantment or anything like that, um, they'll take them off. So it's small things that you'll recognize after you start doing a little bit more, especially hunting char and stuff. You'll see which ones can do what and why. If you are trying to go for certain titles, you kind of want to be leery of what you're trying to bring to the party. I did Ranger Elementalist, which is actually pretty good, but you have to use spells to use the Elementalist's healing. So keeping a fireball or something like that really does help, but having AoE damage of an Elementalist is really good. What's up, Silent? How we doing today? But another really good one, if you ever went down that route, is actually Necromancer, Ranger Necromancer, having the extra minions. You can actually end up doing a lot of things with the Necromancer. Um, the heals aren't as good, but having the extra minions, there's actually an armor piece, which I believe I have right here. Plus 10 armor while your pet is alive. Minions count as pets. And then everything after pre-searing, especially when you start getting like ranged minions and stuff like that. I forget what they're called, but they actually help out a lot as well. The main thing that you kind of want to have, you want to have a nice balance between being able to heal yourself with a secondary heal and being able to do as much damage as possible to kill the things that are trying to kill you. So if you have something that gives too much heal and doesn't do enough damage, then you're going to be struggling. But if you give something that has a lot of damage and not enough heals, things can annihilate you very quickly. And especially post game, because there's 3 tiers to survival. You get all the way up to legendary survivor. Is something that you have to pay attention to. So you don't get to choose a secondary class, like re-choose, until much later in the post-searing. I think it's closer to like Lion's Arch, which is like halfway through the main campaign. If you're going for the survival title, you might as well go for the legendary survival title, which I think is 1.2 million experience without dying. I think. So. Yeah. Yeah, no, Devona can definitely die on this particular one. she's actually respawns right after the battle ends. It's kind of interesting. Welcome in, welcome in. How's everybody doing today? Let's see. It's 9:13. What one was this? 9:15. Let's double check this one real quick. Ooh, look at that. Plus 16 damage versus Char. Okay, okay. Let's wait, I don't have drop anything. I'll have to go find where that one fell at. Yeah, Fire Em's super overpowered. That's why I plan on leaving this character at 19 whenever I get her up there, because she's gonna be the one that actually helps everybody pre-searing for whenever I actually go to help out new players. Gotta keep it simple. So for the ones that are just joining in, I just happened to come across a stream that was actually playing the game. And they didn't have much going on. They don't know much about the game. They just started up yesterday. So myself and another viewer called Goose decided that we were going to help him out. If you guys have any questions about this game, I've been playing it off and on for the past 20 years, so please feel free to ask anything. Make sure those guys weren't coming up behind us. Ooh, attack this dude. Right up. So I didn't see their hunter there. Most of the time I hunt them down because they do the most damage in pre-searing. Comparatively to the bosses. You got people coming up on the left too. This is probably one of my favorite skills I ever actually added to Devona. Having it change to fire damage on top of the fire damage from the explosion. Super helpful. Since we got two hunters, we gotta get rid of them in the back as soon as possible. Looks like they are dragging. go back and get the coins. Gotta make sure he's got all of his money. Something that absolutely drives me nuts is how you'll end up getting clipped on these stairs a lot of times over absolutely nothing. What's up, Skull? What are we doing tonight? Right now, we're currently playing Guild Wars Reforged. We're actually helping out a new player. He's been playing for less than a day, and we're just helping him get the hero and view series. No, no, don't drop it. Yeah, some MMOs are very difficult. This one here is a little bit different. Most MMOs, they don't have instances. This one is. So every zone that you go into, it's your instance. You're not going to come across somebody else that comes in here and like steals your kills or hijacks your loot or something like that. Um, but this one, they just recently added in this new dungeon to the pre-searing, and this is actually new content. So they're going to be adding in a bunch of new content even after Guild Wars 3 comes out, uh, or so they say. But you know how game developers can be. A lot of times, I would say, especially when you get into a game that you played for like, I played Elder Scrolls Online for 5 years. This is Guild Wars 1. This is the reforged one. They actually, same graphics, same everything comparatively for me. Um, they did a remastered version recently, and they've been keeping the servers up, and then they decided to drop the reforged mode, which added in a new type of a couple new settings. So they gave you +5 armor, +5 gold drop, and +5 experience. And then uh, they started adding in a bunch of new dungeons and things like that for pre-searing. So then we could actually make it easier to get things like Legendary Defender of Ascalon, which is basically reaching max level in a tutorial zone. Um, but one thing that I do love is you can come back to this game, get all your titles and stuff, go over to Guild Wars 2, and they actually give you things in Guild Wars 2 for having a bunch of different titles from Guild Wars 1 here. So I have been trying to help out as many players as I possibly can that are very like starting this game since they had the relaunching of it, because I feel that Guild Wars 1 is worth a try, and it's got a really long storyline, and it has like 4 different chapters on top of it that are also really long. And then there's a bunch of hidden stuff and events and stuff. It's well worth actually coming in and giving this a try. You can actually play this game on mobile as well, which is free. Unfortunately, they did have to add ads for the free ones because the game itself, I think, is only like $20 normally. But if you buy the game, the ads on the mobile version stopped, and then you can actually transfer between the two. Really cool. I am a huge Elder Scrolls Online player. I actually got 4 different accounts. I got 3 different accounts. Sorry, I used to have one that was like old school PC back when it came out before it went on to Steam. But I lost access to that one as well. But I have one on PlayStation, one on Xbox, and now I have one on PC. And I'm currently going through trying to make a beginner's guide to help people out on how to start ESO, especially with all the newest updates. So um, it's going to be. I'm hoping to make it a super in-depth guide. Um, as far as like Throne and Liberty, haven't really played it. Mortal Online, never even really tried it. Avalon, I've also never played. A lot of times I kind of wait to see how games are going to be before I start like diving into them because I tend to have well, put in simple terms, I have ADHD, so I can get hyper focused on something, and I feel like I waste a lot of time if I hyper focus into a game that just dies. So I try to wait to make sure that server is going to be online more than like 2 years before I start diving into them. It depends on the MMO. This one here's no, it doesn't have a paid subscription. So once you buy it, you can play it for whatever it is. And then you have games like Elder Scrolls Online, which they don't have a paid subscription to play the game, but if you do pay, it gives you extra benefits like a materials bag and stuff like that. I don't like paying or playing games that have a paid subscription to play the game, like World of Warcraft. Those just aren't my thing. But as far as paying for games expansions, I don't mind. And the reason why I don't mind paying for expansions is because a lot of times, they got somebody over here. Come up to the bridge and shoot down. They're actually putting in. Yeah, the ones that you know are just to play the game annoy the hell out of me too, because it's like, why, for what reason? There we go. Expansions are like, as long as it's a good expansion, I don't mind them. Bethesda's really good about that. Um, the Elder Scrolls Online's my best example for that one. They let you play the game, but some of the most necessary things is the craft bag. And when you start getting into late game things, that's the only way that you can get legendary gear, really, is by having a craft bag, because you have to upgrade your stuff. And the only way to upgrade them is by getting the crafting tannins and stuff like that to do that. And they take up your inventory fast. What's up, Big Rigs? So, yeah, paying for games subscriptions are just, it's obnoxious. Fortunately for me, it is, because, I mean, think about it. When you're paying for a game, like World of Warcraft, you're paying for the servers mostly to stay online and for them to expand, because look at how big World of Warcraft really is. So when you sit there and have a game that isn't making any money, then that's when you start getting those cosmetic things that come out all the time. That's when you start getting nickel and dimed and ads and all those things added in. which kind of sucks. But it's what's necessary to keep servers online. Having anything that is free is not free for the game creator. So they do take a big dividend loss compared to what money they're making on a normal basis. Just for servers. That's why a lot of times you'll see games like, what was that one? X Generation or something like that. It was a first person shooter that they came out with that was supposed to rival Call of Duty, and it was actually pretty good, but nobody was buying the cosmetics and stuff, so they had to shut down the servers because it was bleeding them dry. When you got games like this where the cosmetics aren't exactly bad looking, it kind of helps, but you have to stick with your game's aesthetics. If you are like Call of Duty and you're based off of this whole thing of being a serious shooter and you're sitting there running around a Snoop Dogg, it kind of kills the whole thing, you know? Eventually, that's why people get tired of it too, is because Once Human's my biggest example, by the way. Sorry, I got distracted by him needing to pick up the key. You get a game where you could be working on adding expansions and stuff to really, expand the storylines, expand a lot of things, get better skills and stuff out there, fix bugs and stuff. But all they do is they put out more cosmetics. And it's like, what the hell? Yeah. Yeah. Entitled Gamer. Entitled gamers are kind of interesting. And nickel and diming is, like I said, when you start getting into Once Human, that's my best example. They have so many bugs in there that they had one particular bug for 3.5 months where the walls of the mountains weren't lining up, so you would get caught on a wall that was over an entrance that you needed to get inside of a dungeon or something. And it's like, now you're nickel and diming because there's no reason for this. There's no reason why we don't have these bugs fixed for 2.5 months, and yet you just put out 4 other cosmetics beforehand, right? And then Entitled Gamer, I would actually say, is like Call of Duty. It's people that sit there and they bitched and moaned and complained about how they don't have Nicki Minaj out there fighting on the front lines. And then you have, diehard people that they like the game as a military shooter. And they're like, why am I fighting Chi Chong and Snoop Dogg and all these guys when it's supposed to be, this military shooter? That doesn't match up. So, I think that's where the Entitled Gamer comes in, is definitely more like Call of Duty. And nickel and diming comes in when you're not doing anything to actually benefit the studio, benefit the game. Like the studio just fucks everybody over. But that's actually one of the things I do love about ArenaNet. This game is 20 years old, and it still has not had a single subscription. Even when the servers had almost nobody on them, they kept them alive. People were still kind of playing it here and there. And they found a way to bring this game back for free if you already owned it. You didn't have to pay for an upgrade, nothing like that. You just logged in and you actually had access to all the new stuff that they made. And they don't have 9 million different costumes that you have to buy or can buy. They have actually a select few. You can pay to win, kinda. It doesn't exactly help, but it can help. You can actually unlock skills by paying money, but you still have to go out and earn like the elite skills and stuff. So that's one thing that I would say that ArenaNet has actually done really well on. Um, Even after Guild Wars 2 came out and it was out for 10 years, they still kept the servers alive. And now that they're coming out with Guild Wars 3, they're still saying that they're planning on keeping and updating Guild Wars 1 and 2. Hold on. So I got to give a lot of respect, and it's one of the reasons why I would spend money on this game is because the studio, I personally think, earns that extra funding when they do come out with new things. It's like, yeah, I don't have a problem going and buying a new expansion if they come out with it because they've done a good job so far. I have no reason to believe that they wouldn't. New cosmetic comes out, yeah, I would sit there and purchase it because it doesn't really matter. Um, it doesn't hurt my pocketbook. I'm not paying like $10 for that cosmetic. I'm paying $3.99. It's like that helps them be able to maintain and create and fix things on a continuous basis. So that's why I sit here and I try to help out new players consistently to try to keep them around as long as possible. Yeah, because complaining's not going to help. Um, it's kind of like the things that you see on TikTok whenever you see those hate comments and stuff. It's like, did you really need to stop and actually hate on that thing, or could you have just scrolled on? Is it really necessary? Probably not. And if you just don't buy or continue paying for a game, they're going to fall out of business. Get rid of that. Next. Not bad, not bad. Movie. Yeah. What is it any of anybody else's business? You know? I kind of think that way when it comes to a lot of things. People that just sit there and complain um, about what anybody and everybody else does. It's like, it's my money. Let me do with it what I want. You know? So it kills me whenever it's like, you're wasting your money. Well, then let me waste it. I enjoy that product. Why would I not support that? I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe it's Maybelline. I think another thing that I find funny is it's like this is gonna sound kind of weird, but like when our parents used to complain about us playing video games and like you'll never make money off of playing video games, and then Twitch and everything. Yeah, right. Twitch and everything came out, and people were paying other people to play video games, and it's one of those things. It's like, do you not do the same thing when the Super Bowl's on, or when FIFA is around, or anything like that? Like, it's like you do the same thing. Yeah, there's always going to be something that somebody complains about. You will never uh you'll never make everybody happy. So take care of yourself. Do what you feel is right for you. I mean, there's some things like if you need advice, of course, ask somebody. But if you enjoy watching people play video games, then enjoy watching them play. Maybe they know something that you don't, or maybe they just happen to be more entertaining than other people. I don't know. I mean, I got a lot of people that I watch. I got a lot of people that I've actually subscribed to. I use my Twitch Prime to subscribe to them because it helps them out. Yeah, and it's like if I enjoy your content, why wouldn't I fund you to do more? Because if you're not making money from this, what's going to happen? You're going to stop, and then where is my entertaining? Right? Like not entertaining, but entertainment. Where is that going to go? Nowhere. Now I'm going to sit there bored again, trying to figure out something, and I was like enjoying it. Like why wouldn't I support that? But not everybody thinks that way. It's like, well, that seems like a waste of money. Is it though? Is it really a waste of money if I actually was like, this person's really good at this game, or this person's funny, or what's the? It's like the prank videos too that you see on TikTok and all that. It's like Donnie Bobes, I think it was. My daughter absolutely loves watching him mess with his friends and him code in all these other things and how he interacts with his fans, which is really cool. I started watching some of his stuff and I was like, all right, that's pretty funny. Um, or you got the Lovely Low that's on Call of Duty where she uses the voice changer, making everybody think that she's a dude. That's fucking hilarious on some of the comments that they get. I don't get me wrong, I wasn't going to say this right away. I feel like I have seen you before in like other people's streams or something, or maybe I've seen your actual stream, but I remember the name Skull. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember where from. I used to do a lot of different games. I stream on a bunch of different games. Like I said, Elder Scrolls Online. I did Call of Duty. I did Schedule One. I've done Minecraft. Let's see. I've actually started doing solo stream game or single player stream games. Like during October, I did Fear, one, two, three, four. Uh, what's up? Ah, uh, it has definitely been a while since I played Guild Wars 2. I don't remember how long it's actually been, so. But yeah, I have done that one as well. I have watched a lot of Arc Raiders when that was actually booming before Burnt Peanut really destroyed it. I've definitely done a lot of Minecraft ones. I used to watch all those. Chivalry 2, I try to watch it to see if it'd be a game that I'd be interested in, because that's one of the ways that I tell if I like a game or not. So it was either between Ark and Minecraft. I think it would have been Ark if I remember you. he just got off of. That's okay. What's up, Yo-Yo? Yeah, well, you're not the first streamer that I've heard that from. A lot of people actually talk about when they first start out, they're kind of more themselves, and then they realize that they have to put on an act, and that act starts becoming not them, and it just starts to it wears on you mentally, and that's it's kind of hard, man. It's hard to see, and it's hard to experience, and it's hard to watch somebody go through it because um, I know that this is a big controversy right now. It's kind of like Scotty Fitness talking about how that's not how he truly is, and that he every time he got on, he had to sit there and put on this mask, this persona, and that persona ended up bleeding over a lot of things, and you can see where there was definitely a mental disconnect between his actions of doxing somebody and what he actually was like coherently like, oh, that was dumb of me, you know. And it's like when you start getting the back and forth, and you start to lose yourself, and you start to go through that depression of nobody likes who I actually am. They only like this person that I've created to stream. It takes a big mental toll on you. And yeah, it is draining. And it's one of those ones that a lot of people, when they first start out and they start streaming by themselves, they start seeing money that comes in, and they start seeing what people like. So they start going where the money's at. And it's like, is it really worth it? It's not an area I'm not coming on here to stream because of money. I'm actually coming on here to stream so then I can actually, talk to like-minded people. Um, I'm coming on here because I want to share what I enjoy, and one of the things that I enjoy is I enjoy helping people in my games. So I'm not here to make money. I'm here to make friends that actually like me for me, you know? And if money comes along that way, I'm set financially. Yeah. Yeah, doing the same game over and over again is definitely rough too. Because you build a community in that particular game. And that is it gets boring. And that's one of the other things that, you sacrifice what you enjoy. You enjoy gaming, not you enjoy Elder Scrolls. You enjoy gaming. And if people can't get on with whatever game that you're coming or going to, then they might just leave. But something that we have to be ready for is, we're not going to make everybody happy. But like, if I ever got to the point that I started making money, any money that I make from this, I'm actually hoping to put back out there, because I would rather be the person that if you guys are giving something to me, I want to be able to give it back. I would love to be able to do things like, what is it? The lucky draws and stuff. Like you have a chance of winning something. Nowadays, it'd probably be like RAM cards, I guess is what they're doing. Yeah. Yeah, I see that all the time. One of my favorite streamers, actually, his name was Lucky Ghost, and he used to stream Elder Scrolls Online all the time. And then he started playing a different game. And the first thing that they did was, hey, when are you going to get on Elder Scrolls? Get on Elder Scrolls. And it's like, no, I don't feel like doing that, And after a while, I think it's been 5 years since he streamed. And I think that's actually one of the things that kind of killed it for him is that everybody was like, you need to get back on the Elder Scrolls because we want to watch you play Elder Scrolls. It's like, this dude has been playing Elder Scrolls for 3.5 years every day. I think he's tired of playing Elder Scrolls. Diablo 4 just came out, and that was getting big. There's a whole bunch of games that came out that he wanted to go play. And that's a real thing. And like, I just started streaming again, and this is like one of the few times I've actually started streaming on TikTok. And I still don't know how to do everything, so I'm still learning a lot of things. And it's like, there's supposed to be this whole alert system and everything else, and I feel like I'm kind of new to this, and I'm not actually getting everybody's comments or whatever. And there's some people that when I go back through and I read some of the stuff that came up, they're really upset at me for not recognizing that they sent something. And it's like, my bad, I'm so sorry. I'll end up texting them back later if they follow me, and I'll be like, hey, thank you for whatever it was. Somebody actually sent out a gift and it didn't come up, and I don't know how to get the streams to actually show what's donated from TikTok, And it's like, if somebody actually enjoys your stuff and they want to support you, maybe be a little bit lenient. And that's another thing that I noticed that gets a lot of streamers to quit, is the fact that their audience is a little self-righteous, I guess. And they want to have all that extra stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's where I was looking for. Like, they just start abusing them because of different things. It's like, nah. Yeah, and you have to be willing to be like, nope, blocked. It doesn't matter if I'm a big streamer or a small streamer. If you're going to start abusing somebody and not being humane, it's time to go. And a lot of people, and I don't blame them for it, they can't. They can't do that to other people. They can't be mean to them. It's like, yeah, I understand it, and I understand why, and I don't blame you guys, but that's what happens is we eventually start getting abused by somebody, and it's like, you either have to tolerate it or you have to be the enemy and block them. Rules. I love that word. Rules. I actually don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to farm out Hammond right now, or if I want to actually do some more. Well, let's see if anybody's actually doing this. Hey, what's up, Attic? Yeah, man. I was actually just chatting with somebody that was on TikTok, and unfortunately, I have to have 2 different chats open right now. But it's good to see you, man. I'm actually not going to be streaming for the next 5 days. I got to go back home and do a family thing and handle a couple things back home. But I'll be back on Wednesdays, so you might see me then. But we just got done, Goose and I actually just got done helping somebody get another Devona. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. It's going to be about a 6-hour trip, so it's going to be a long one. It says 6 hours on the GPS, but it ends up being closer from anywhere to 8 to 10 hours. And because we have to take 2 separate vehicles, it's going to be taking a little bit longer. Yeah. Flying's very difficult for me. I'm 6'4". I do not fit on planes very well. If Miss Skull, Um, I completely agree with that. If you enjoy gaming, then just enjoy the game. If streaming becomes too difficult for you to stream and you kind of start losing the passion for it, then you gotta sacrifice one or the other. And I will always sacrifice streaming if it becomes too much. I would love to be put to sleep and just shipped somewhere and then woken up, like Fifth Element status. Am I old? Did I just put my age out there? Y'all remember that? Fifth Element? Yeah. Good night, Mr. Corbin Dallas. Oh man, it was a Bruce Willis movie from like the 80s, I think it was. But my parents showed it to me when I was younger. And I kind of fell in love with the movie because it was actually really good. And that's awesome. Lulu Dallas. Anyways, they were part of the mission was actually going and meeting up with this opera singer. And to do that, they had to go onto this um, paradise cruise with, I think it was Chris Rock. No, not Chris Rock. I forget who it was. Anyways, same dude from, oh, Chris Tucker. That's what it was. And when they were actually taking a flight to go to the special cruise, they knock him out before jumping into hyperspace. If you get a chance, check out Fifth Element. It's absolutely worth it. Their skull. But when they knocked him out, it was one of those things he was trying to tell her, like, wait. And she hits a button and knocks him out. And it was like, that'd be an awesome way to actually travel if you have to get on like a plane, especially somebody my size. It's just knock me out, wake me up when I get there, and just let me go. Because they have shrunk down the plane sizes so much that it is so uncomfortable for me to get on a plane at this time. And it's like, nah, I'd rather just drive. Yeah, like I said, this movie came out in like the 80s. So this is an old movie. And I was born in 1990. So a lot of times my parents were big into movies and they weren't for video games a lot of times. So there was a certain time that I had to get off and they would do a movie night. And Fifth Element just happened to be one of those movies that we would continuously have on. And it was so good. It was so good. I kind of... it still gets played in my house even nowadays. Oh God, Puerto Rico. At least you actually had a chance to go to Puerto Rico. Not very many people get that opportunity, but yeah, I can see how that would be nerve wracking. You know what? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Fifth Element. I got 5 screens. I might as well look it up. Oh, it was late 90s. You're right. You are absolutely right. 1997. I don't know why I thought it was like 1987. Oh my God, it's even worse now, especially on planes. Everybody's breathing down your neck because they're literally sitting directly behind you. But yeah, so 1997. I guess I was no, that'd be about right. I was about 7 years old when I first started watching Fifth Element. I guess we rented it from Blockbuster because my dad wanted to see it, and yeah, so it was definitely it's a good movie, and I would recommend anybody and everybody to go watch it. So all right, we're gonna join in somebody on this one. Yeah, Fifth Element. It's a Bruce Willis movie. It is. I got somebody that's on Twitch. Yeah, Twitch right now. That was just in here, and they basically put it out exactly how it is. It is a great mixture between action, comedy, and romance. And the chick from the Resident Evil movies, she's the main actress. I can never enunciate her name properly, so I'm not even gonna try. But really, really good movie, and I hope that if you get an opportunity and you happen to see me stream again, and you happen to see it by then, I would love to talk about it. Let's get on here, see if somebody actually joins in. Okay, look, a Ranger Warrior. By the way, there, Skull, I appreciate all the coins that you have sent. I think that was probably one of the best ways to end a movie ever. Was the very last one where it was like, hold on, let me see if they're ready to talk. And then he quickly shuts the door and turns around. They're not ready. And then, the president actually comes on the phone to talk to his mom. And she's sitting there and saying, the president's an idiot. Who the heck are you? You're not really him. It's like, oh my god, she's actually chewing the president of the world out. Oh, dude. Like I said, I come on here because I absolutely love the fact of talking to somebody. I'm here to have a conversation, not to be like play my game and ignore everybody else. Like meeting new people is why I do this. I accidentally just sent them a private message. Oh my god, everybody's a ranger in this one. Ranger warrior, monk ranger, warrior ranger. Yeah. Attic man, if you need to right ranger party, if you need to head out, because I know that you said that you're just stopping in to say hi. Feel free to hit the hay, man. Let's see, 1 bear, 2 bear, 3 bear, and a warhog. Yeah, when it comes to people like coming on here and just talking about whatever, it never feels like a real conversation. It's like, well, how's the weather? Well, you see, this person did this person was like, that had nothing to do with anything. Dude, getting to 13 super easy. It's that 14 to 16 that takes the absolute longest. Alright, let's go, man. Have fun with it, man. If you ever decide to get onto Guild Wars, hit me up. I'll help you out, whatever I can do. That reminds me of the episode, or not the episode, but the movie with Peanut. When it came to Joe Dunham in Sanatana, basically Santa Ana. But it's hot as hell. People are angry as hell. Then we must be in hell. Do you dance in the rain? I'm singing in the rain. I'm singing in the rain. Dry heat. So you're probably somewhere in like the West Coast, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, California's Death Valley kind of area, where it hits like 100 and Jesus. Oh yeah. Oh, Jesus. Right? Oh, I hit that vape a little bit too hard. Yeah, no. I'm just dying. Don't mind me. If I die, just leave me on the ground. I'll be alright. Best nap I'll ever take. Oh. It just burns when you hit that wick. And you're just fucking sitting there because you got that burn in the back of your throat. It's like, oh god, why? Oh no. I totally got distracted right there. I almost died. I almost pulled an Andy. I almost died. That was so scary. It's funny because I was actually going to try to clip that and I couldn't go back and clip that. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because I gotta keep looking to make sure that I'm hitting all my chats because I like to chat with people. So I got my TikTok live on my right side here. I got my multi chat on my bottom screen here, and then I got the normal chat on the main screen here. So I I was actually going alone earlier, but it gets difficult to sit here and watch somebody that's going through this. By themselves, because it's like, yeah. As to where you have a lot funnier moments when you got a bunch of people that are in here. Oh god. Okay. At least the monk's on top of it. Yeah. Becomes a lot more chaotic. But, since I got the fire imp, I'm more likely to live, comparatively. Oh my god, that's actually one of those things that hit me one time, was the fact that the healer was trash. Oh, there I go, I died. The healer was like super trash. And no matter what was going on, they were missing the mark. And normally, excuse you. Yeah. But I also normally bring my Devona in here, which I don't know if you've seen her. She's got that elite skill that makes it to where all your physical attacks become fire damage. And it melts everything in this area here. Yes, conflagration. It's really interesting because I can see how with the necro, especially here, it could be super devastating because it gives it to your pets too, including your minions. So now you got like 5 minions with fire damage attached to their melee, just devastating everything. Can you tell I'm not used to playing with other people? When I'm ready to go, I just start pulling when it's technically supposed to be the tank's job. Or I end up, starting to kill everything. It's interesting because the good thing about it is whenever you're sitting here and you're playing with anything that does melee, anything within the range of the spirit, it actually adds on any type of physical damage. It adds fire damage too. So, like my ranger here, because the arrows are considered a physical damage, they actually turn them to fire damage. So I'll just start smoking out all the ice elements without even using my explosive arrows. boy. This is grouped up weird. Is it just me? Yeah, like there's far more. We gotta take out the hunter first. There's far more char groups up together comparatively. Like they have 3 groups sitting right next to each other to where you're gonna pull them all. I'll have to change it again. I was trying to actually mess with my screen settings. Is the resolution at least better? Because I know that was a problem last time. Is it just too hard to see? Yeah, I think last time that I was on here, the main problem was like the resolution was at like 720p. Hold on. Do this real quick. Not the alert box. Oh boy. And my chat box. Just. How's that look? We'll just do that for right now. Until I can get that fixed. Okay. That's good to know. I'll have to figure out a different Jackbox because, yeah. Oh, damn. I was trying to save the healer and I totally spaced on my own health there. I got wrecked. Hard to read the party? Like, do I need to increase the size of everything? Get larger. How's that? One, two. 1, 2. This is so weird. I hate how there's like different walls that you just randomly click on. I don't know if you saw last time on my warrior, but my bear's name is Yogi. So I figured that this one, I would name it Boo Boo. Don't judge me. Let's see. Butch Eeks. Oh my god. Yeah. I actually did not read anybody else's name. I just came in here and realized that we had Ranger Party with Bear Army. We have the right to bear arms. I need to start paying attention more. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's so much more fun when you sit here and you play with a bunch of people because you get a bunch of random shit. It's almost midnight. Okay, okay. I like it. No worries, man. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm probably not gonna be on for much longer. I got to drive, and it's probably gonna be an all-night drive. So I'm looking at about 24 hours total for tomorrow's day for me. Yeah, boss. I'll see you when I get back. Appreciate you stopping by. Welcome in, everybody that's just coming in. We are currently just helping people out with the mission. No, I'm getting distracted pretty easily, so don't mind me. How's everybody's night going? Do I got a couple lurkers out there? Just listening to the soothe voice coming through the speakers. Something on in the background just to help us sleep. I have a feeling we're gonna have to take these guys out. User 333 363333 some. What's going on, brother? How we doing today? We're currently on Guild Wars Reforged. Guild Wars 1, if you want to call it that. Just trying to help people get through the mission real quick. Oh, it feels a little bit different. Because these groups just aren't exactly grouping up in the right form, so we're pulling like 3 or 4 of them. Sorry, I hit that vape a little bit too hard. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does this feel like this is just a bit overextended? Or am I just being, weird? What the hell? That was weak. That was super weak. That's funny. I just saw somebody who was talking about this. That like part of staying in pre-searing is the illusion that we ended up stopping the searing from ever happening. It's like I did stop it. We all stopped it multiple times. man, if only. Can you imagine if there was a way that after we beat the game, we had the option of coming back to pre-searing? How cool would that be? They basically like you just woke up from a bad dream. And then you just replay through the whole thing all over again. And it's like new game plus status. That would have been funny. It's crazy. The lore around this game is absolutely amazing. I love how the lore is. It's spectacular. I kind of wish that they actually had like uh I wish they had like books. I wish that they would have had more books, you know? Like you get books for Star Wars, you get books for Elder Scrolls, you get books for so many things. And it's like imagine if they had a Guild Wars book. They might. They might. I haven't seen it, so I think it would have been really cool. Because I think that the ability to expand on a universe by adding in multiple medias other than just games or having different viewpoints from other people would be phenomenal. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's Maybelline. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think having another way of having the story told would actually be worth it? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for coming in on the stream. Love the sound that makes. Sitting over here and just having a freaking rock explode. It's always an amazing sound when you hear the boom that you feel in your chest. You don't need no thing. Let's go. You got this from right here. Next. Yeah, so fun fact, you guys actually don't need to have the elemental stone to actually get through these. All you need is basically to have a good long range piece and just blow through it. We're gonna see. You didn't need to attack him. Let's go over here and mess him up. GG's. There we go. Ascalonian Warhorn. It's actually the first time I got that one. Alright. That wasn't bad. Look at that. We got us an Ascalonian Warhorn. Used to summon 2 Ascalonian guards. That lasts for 60 minutes or until slain in combat. Summons can only be activated once every 10 minutes per character, and only one active summon can be present in an instant at a time. This item can only be used in an explorable area. It's not a bad drop. It's not a bad drop. We got that one, plus we also got this one right here. So let's go ahead and take a look. What we got? Dance with Death. Interesting. It's not bad. The fact that that's the only inscription, though, but it does have fire damage. It does have fire damage. So we might keep that just so then we can actually break it down later to get whatever that fire damage is. I think. Well, anyways, that's actually going to be it for me tonight. Unfortunately, I do have to get up early tomorrow, and it is midnight. So I do appreciate everybody that came in and was chatting with us. I do appreciate that. But we are going to end it here, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. If you guys happen to catch me, I might be streaming next Tuesday, maybe. It's all gonna depend on a lot of things, but it has been an interesting one. We did help out a couple people today getting their Devona, so we'll probably end up doing more next time. And who knows? Maybe we might actually just go to try to get our legendary defender of Ascalon and actually move a character on and work towards our God walking amongst mere mortals, because we have been actually helping out a lot more people than we have actually been working towards Arkwall. And I really want to try to get God walking amongst mere mortals before Guild Wars 3 comes out. So then I can actually start working towards the one on Guild Wars 2 next. That way we can actually have both games set up for us for when Guild Wars 3 comes out. Because if they do anything like they did at the launch of GW2, we'll actually get benefits from having as many titles as we can. So, I don't know. We'll see. But that's going to be next Tuesday, or this coming Tuesday, should I say. And we can go from there. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming in and chatting.